The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. And when you take a look at the Trail Blazers, it's always an exciting time of the year as fans and other players and coaches around the league all getting a first look at how they might be shaping up for the upcoming season. Shaq, you talk about the emergence of LaMarcus Aldridge as a franchise player. I mean, in that series against the Rockets last year, that was ridiculous.
Yes, he put up 46 and 18 boards in Game 1. Only one of 5 players to crack 45 and 15 in the playoffs since 1986. Ernie, he set the tone for that series. People talk about their three-point shooting, but his shooting touch from mid-range makes them tough to defend.
That's all we got right now. We'll have more later. See you then.
And now, your Indiana Pacers starting lineup. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 2, Rodney Stuckey. At guard 6'2" from IUPUI, number 3, the hometown hero, George Hill. Center out of Georgetown, wearing the double nickel, area 55. Stand up for the big dog, Roy Hibbert. At forward from Xavier University, number 21. He's a bad man, David West. At small forward, at 6'9", number 13, Paul George. Your home team head coach is Frank Vogel.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. The Pacer fans are making noise here in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. And Portland starts out with the ball. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Batum in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Lopez. 6 to shoot. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
What a season for Robin Lopez a year ago. Career highs in blocked shots and rebounds, especially on the offensive boards where he tied for second in the NBA.
Now, here's Lillard. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Lillard dishes to Aldridge. Goes up to the stripe. Good on the jump shot. Aldridge has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Trailblazers.
Nice way for him to get started here early.
And guys, hopefully a sign of things to come from him here.
Here's Hibbert. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Matthews passes to Lillard. Back to Matthews. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner, going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
And so here is Indiana. The Blazers getting the bucket. Hill kicks to Stuckey. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3, and the shot is good. Stuckey's got his first 3 points of the game.
He can become a weapon for them if he gets going early from long range.
Lillard dishes to Lopez. On the wing, Batum. Aldridge with a screen on Hill. Batum attacking. Lillard against George. And it's sent back by George. Stuckey passes to Hill. Outside, George. He dishes it to Hibbert. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Roy Hibbert, one of the biggest players in the league, Clark, 7'2" last season, bulking up to 290 pounds.
Yeah, he wanted to get stronger to better hold his position in the low post, and for a good portion of the season he did that. Then he fell back into some old habits. You know, when he first joined the Pacers, the coach had him slim down to 250 pounds because the type of game the Pacers were playing was a little different. But he's a player who's best playing to his strength, and we mean that literally.
The first one falls.
And for Hibbert, it's amazing how far he's come with his conditioning. You hear stories from when he arrived at Georgetown, couldn't do a push-up, couldn't jump rope, said he could barely run. So to get where he is now just took a tremendous amount of work.
And Hibbert hits them both.
And for Hibbert at Georgetown, you know, they had him doing everything from weights to dancing in an effort to develop his coordination and core strength. And he even embraced MMA training in the NBA. So he's really left no stone unturned in working to develop his body and his game. And you can see the fruits of that work and how he's performed over the last couple of years.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that is good. Stuckey's got 5 now.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Now, here's Lillard. Here's Matthews. That one off the back iron and out.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that.
And that one's good. 7 points for Rodney Stuckey.
And I'm sensing, guys, this game really starting to swing their way.
To me, it seems like they're taking charge as their lead gets more and more comfortable.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Hibbert against Lopez. Matthews with it. Shot clock at 5. Lillard attacking. That is good.
And the layup just gift wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
Pacers leading by 5. After a 2-year absence from the playoffs, the Portland Trail Blazers able to get back into it last year to face Houston in the 4-5 seeded matchup.
And they jockeyed as hard as they could to get that home court advantage, but just couldn't quite grab hold of it. Still, they were able to get by a very tough Houston team in round 1.
Here's Lillard. Roy Hibbert picking up that last basket. Lillard left side. Aldridge. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. Scola comes in for West. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Watson in for Hill. Portland also making some changes. Chris Kamen's checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Lillard. Now, here is George. Looking for his first basket still in this one. In low to Scola. And that one's good.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's Blake. Kaman a screen. Blake kicks to Robinson, shoots from 12, and Portland again with the bucket.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
59 seconds left here in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Scola, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Blake kicks to Kaman. Yes, and it's Blake picking up the assist.
How about the delivery in the lane? Just perfectly done.
Pacers leading by 5. Over to the left wing. Miles dishes to George. Clock at 6. Miles the pass to Watson. Chris Kaman pulls it in.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Now Blake looking for his first basket still in this one. Matthews, no one around him. Almost, but it rolls out. No good. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pacers lead by 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. They established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
Indiana leading by 5.
Well, last season the fans in Indiana finally came back in bunches to support their hometown Pacers. They're in the top 10 in attendance, up from 25th in 2013.
Watson out there with C.J. Miles. Then it's Chris Copeland. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Scola in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Now here's Kaman. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Kaman's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers. Well, Clark, you look at the low attendance numbers for the Pacers in years past from 2007 to 2012. They averaged the second worst in the league. I think that surprised a lot of people.
It really did. It surprised me and the rest of the organization as well. Yet that corresponds with the seasons that the Pacers actually dipped below 500, and there wasn't a lot of promise on the horizon. With the Pacers winning now, and from what I hear, the TV ratings are also over double. Actually, I know the TV ratings for that team have doubled up since 2012, so things are headed in the right direction now.
Here's Lillard following the score by Indiana. 5 on the clock. Here's Blake and Mahinmi with the block. Here's Kaman, and the rebound goes to the Pacers. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Scola, a screen on Lillard. Tries again. Shot is no good. And it's Portland the other way. Scola kicks to Copeland. Feeds to Watson. Pass to Copeland. Scola dishes to Watson. Kicks it to Copeland. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, Portland has a new GM as of 2012, and we've seen not just changes with the team roster, which you would expect, but really an overhaul of team operations as well. New scouting tools, a new strength and training staff, and a remodeling of the practice facility.
The Pacers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. West comes in for Luis Scola. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. And George Hill's subbed in for C.J. Watson. And Copeland drops them both.
And for the Blazers, injuries have been such a problem over the years. With the new training staff, perhaps a more proactive approach to prevent injuries. Even things like nutrition. During flights, they used to offer cookies and ice cream water. Now it's chicken and brown rice.
And there had been talk that LaMarcus Aldridge was unhappy in Portland, but he has changed his tune.
And for him, Kevin, it seems as though winning is the main thing, but the Blazers also created a players-first culture. You know, players are your best recruiters, quite honestly, and word gets around. If guys are happy, then that helps them talk about their experience. Teams now have to look at the whole picture and trying to keep players content so they perform at their highest level.
Throw good, Damian Lillard.
One thing that Damian Lillard has made abundantly clear in his first few seasons in the league is that he is a force when the game is in its late stages. Just steps things up in a big way every 4th quarter.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And it's really rare to see someone Lillard's age be able to be so calm and collected when that 4th quarter rolls around. I think it's a tribute to his level of confidence, and that confidence is mixed with humility, and that's a nice combination that allows him to perform well late in games.
Lopez outside. Back to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Blake passes to Aldridge. Shot from 12. That's good. Aldridge has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Well, you look at the way he approaches the game, the way Lillard can take over as a playmaker, and he has all the ingredients really to dominate the 4th quarter.
It's a big reason why he led the Blazers back in so many games last year and even exploded for 25 points in one 4th quarter. So, you know, that game still sticks out to me as one of the most dominating performances I've seen, and it just showed how talented this kid is.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Thomas Robinson, once the number 5 pick in 2012, but he's bounced around a bit in his young career. He said, "I'm not going to play the victim. I'm a grown man. I didn't come into the league with the right mindset, but it's a good thing. It matured me as a person. It humbled me. I just have to play with emotion and make people know I'm on the court." Guys?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris. Now here's Hibbert after Terrell Wright's miss. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter of play. And Lillard kicks to Blake. Back to Lillard. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pacers leading by 3. Timeout called the Pacers. Well, you wondered how things would go for the Pacers after they had a hiccup midseason. They had to call a players-only meeting.
And did so very close to the playoffs, Kevin. This team struggled because of its youth in handling the extra scrutiny and the burden of expectations. And it took them a while to kind of figure it out and weren't quite as good as they wanted to be during the playoffs.
George is checked in for Chris Copeland. And then for the Trailblazers, Batum comes in for Darrell Wright. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Steve Blake. Hill dishes to West. Hill passes to Hibbert. Hill kicks to George. Pass to West. Back to George. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you can see how it affected the team early on in the playoffs. The Hawks took them to 7 games. They had some trouble with Washington. Definitely seemed like they had some issues to figure out.
Paul George in the first year of a 5-year max level contract extension. Boy, those are big words and mean a lot. You talked about earlier his name in the marquee and how it's big and bright. And, you know, his play last season left no question in a lot of people's mind that he's worth every dollar.
Yeah, there are only about a dozen or so guys that are worthy of max contracts, in my opinion, and he's clearly one because he's gotten better every season. He hungers to be great, and he's a tremendous two-way player, potentially a guy who could be Defensive Player of the Year at some point in his career.
And you look at Paul George, other than LeBron James, he might be the top two-way perimeter player in the league.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Shot from 16. Hibbert gets the bucket. Hibbert's got 4 this quarter.
And Paul George is a phenomenal athlete, folks. I mean, he does stuff that should look hard and makes it look easy. Never takes a play off defensively and still has the energy to carry the offensive load that he does. That attribute's so underrated. There are very few players that are able to do it the way PG does. And it really is one of the marks of greatness, and he's headed in that direction.
Here's Hibbert following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Off target with the jump hook. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lillard with it. George picks him up. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. In low to Aldridge. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Now here's Hibbert. 10 points for him. 8 feet away. Good. Hibbert's got 12 in the game.
You know, typically he's just a role player, but when he does score, it allows the offense to be more balanced.
Hill against Lillard. The feed to Matthews. The dish to Aldridge. And Portland again with the bucket.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Here's George. Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a shot!
I think that one was
the buzzer!
George! Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. It's the Pacers leading by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
All right, Kevin, here with Coach Frank Vogel. And, Coach, things were going your way early in this ball game, but you let them climb back in it. What broke down?
Well, we started the game exhibiting championship-level passing, which is what we're preaching. We got a lot of good looks, got an early lead. We didn't pay attention to their strength. That's how they got back in the game.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Roy Hibbert.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Pacers leading by 4. Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Batum and Aldridge are the power tandem.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Well, the season before this last one, the Trailblazers really struggled to get help from their bench. Didn't get a lot from the reserves. And while the team improved significantly last year, the bench still wasn't quite up to par.
And the basket by Lillard. And for the Pacers, they're shooting at 52% for the field. They're clicking. Hill dishes to West. Inside to Hibbert. From 10 feet out. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Right side, Aldridge. This is to Batum. Back to Matthews. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
At the elbow, Stuckey. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And that's now 9 points in the game for Stuckey.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Matthews, left side. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Matthews. And another 3 for Portland.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kevin, Terry Stotts led the Blazers to the second round last season, and he's now in his 3rd year with the team. He spent a couple of seasons as head coach in Atlanta and Milwaukee, but this is his longest stint and the best talent he's ever had. As Stotts said, you never know if you're going to get another chance. Guys, he's certainly making the most of it.
Doing a great job. Thanks, Doris. Aldridge drives in. Shot's good. Aldridge has got 14 points for the game.
Marcus Aldridge with a career high in scoring last season, top 10 in the league. Such a versatile offensive game. He can knock down the jump shot and also post up down low.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Aldridge is a player with outstanding touch. Shoots over 80% from the line and is able to hit contested jumpers with his high-release, high-arcing shot. It's one of the prettiest and most difficult shots to deal with.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hibbert. And it's Luis Scola in for West. Hill drives in. In low to Scola. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight. And Aldridge, guys, great in the pick and roll with Damian Lillard, their terrific point guard. But Steve, also the pick and pop, excellent range on that jump shot.
Yeah, and Kevin, as good as he is facing up, he's even more deadly posting up inside and shooting that turnaround jumper. So this guy has a lot of weapons in his arsenal.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Indiana. Watson comes in for Hill. And a switch here also for Portland. Blake's checked in.
You know, there were some question marks heading into last season about how long Aldridge would be with the team. I mean, a report was circulating that he wanted to leave, but he denied it, and good for Portland that it was just the rumor mill at work.
There's the pick. Yeah, last season definitely, guys, had some drama with Aldridge and his future. But as the season rolled on and the Blazers played so well, winning a first-round series over Houston, making it to the second round, it's certainly one of the big surprises in the league, but all that other talk kind of went away.
Well, that's what winning does, Kevin. I mean, it just kind of cures everything. A lot of drama early in the season, speculation about whether Aldridge would resign or not. But, you know, with the success of the season and that good young core, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to keep everybody together.
C.J. Watson at 6'2" is an outstanding shooting combo guard. He's an excellent marksman from behind the three-point line, which helps his team space the floor, but he's also an underrated defender.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. He's off on the second. And for Watson, between his outside shooting guys and his solid defense, he makes a nice backup.
Yeah, pretty good at getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. You know, a player who spent a little time in the D-League out of college and now has really solidified his place as an NBA player. Well, Wes Matthews started off last season on fire. Over 50% from long range over the first quarter of the season. And as time went on, he cooled off a bit. But as a whole, just an excellent year for Matthews. Probably the best of his career.
That free throw, no good.
And Matthews, a reliable three-point shooter throughout his career. Able to hit spotting up or on the move. Prefers that left wing, but can really spray you from anywhere.
Right, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And the second free throw, good. And Steve, Wesley Matthews selective with when he'll look to attack off the dribble.
Yeah, he keeps his turnovers low, but he's a gym rat. I mean, working on his ability to drive inside and finish, but really wants to shoot threes. That's what his focus is.
But they'll get another chance. Another shot. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
Batum attacking.
Of all the players in the NBA, maybe the only person other than LeBron who's a threat to get a triple-double on a nightly basis is Nick Batum. He just racks up stats in so many categories with such ease.
First trip to the line for him here. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum. Indiana trailing here. And George kicks to Mahimi. He feeds it to Watson. George with the screen on Batum. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Portland's gotten the three ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. 1:56 left to play in the third. Matthews passes to Wright. Here's Kaman. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
And, you know, Batum becoming a much more active passer over the last couple of seasons. He's still working on his decision-making. His turnovers actually climbed as well. But the Blazers can use another playmaker on the wing, and Batum can fill that void.
And Batum last season had some stretches with huge rebounding numbers. 2 separate 3-game spans, in fact, Steve, with almost 50 boards.
Well, you look at his work on the glass. I mean, he took it to a new level. Over 7 boards a game for the season. That is excellent from your small forward position.
And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
4 on the shot clock. Such a wide open look. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. Now a timeout called by Portland. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. To put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during a season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker. You don't recover as fast. And that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
We've got 1:18 left to play here in the third.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. Scola was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Clock at 2. And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a change here. Copeland's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in for Jarrell Wright. Pacers trail by 3. Here is Watson. Passes it to Miles. There's 21 seconds left to play in the third. 6 to shoot. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Here's Kaman. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Kaman's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
That's good.
Well, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Trailblazers lead by 3. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie, and the truck for showing. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
Portland leading by 3. Down low, West and Hibbert. Hill is out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's Copeland in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Aldridge dishes to Matthews, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Matthews has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Portland. And Indiana shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Hill kicks to Stuckey. Hibbert with a screen for Stuckey. Free throw line jump shot. Misses off the right iron.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Puts it up from 15. Here's Aldridge, and Hibbert with the block. They recover it. Matthews passes to Aldridge. Shoots a fader, and that one's good. Aldridge has got 19 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Stuckey dishes to West. Hill kicks to Copeland. Now the pass to Hibbert. Up and in from the low block.
Unstoppable offense from both teams. I love the pace this game has been played at.
So does everybody else in the building. This has been a fun one.
Lillard the pass to Aldridge. He kicks it to Batum. Lillard against Hill. Here's Aldridge. And that one's good. Aldridge has got 4 points this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And the Pacers call time here.
Pacers went with an almost entirely new bench last season. It had been a major weakness for the team in 2012-13. The bench was much improved, and you've got to have that to be able to compete at your highest level, no doubt.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Pacers. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And as always, Doris, thank you. And for the Pacers guys, they lack the deep pockets of some of the big market teams. That can be a challenge when you try to fill out that bench rotation.
Yeah, but I think they've done a good job of fortifying the bench within their constraints. I mean, it's certainly not the weakness that we saw 2 seasons ago.
Matthews with the steal. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. From beyond the arc, that doesn't go either for Aldridge. Pacers trail by 5. Now, here is George. No good. Here's Batum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 8th assist in the game. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. West to screen on Lillard. Hill with it. Lillard picks him up. West down low. Aldridge is there. Some solid defense from Aldridge. Trailblazers leading by 7. Lillard outside. Outside Matthews. Shoots from the baseline. That doesn't go either for Aldridge.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Stuckey dishes to Hill. Feeds it to George. Shot clock at 6. Top of the key. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. George has got 4 this quarter.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. He may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and picked now as the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
And here are the Trailblazers now. So far in the 4th quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Over in the corner, Batum. Back to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Just 5 to shoot. Fade away. Roy Hibbert with the rebound. Hibbert's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Lillard against Hill. For the 3. Batum grabs the miss.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time. But yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Fader on the way. That's good. Aldridge has got the lead up to 7 now for the Trailblazers.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 7. 1:19 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Outside Hill. He dishes it to West. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
I mean, that's just too weak on the coverage. Heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you the game.
Hill against Lillard. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Batum wide open. He fires. Offline with his 3. The Pacers have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Hill passes to George. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
And Matthews kicks to Lillard. Back to Matthews. Shot clock at 6. Fires Fires from the corner, and good, he nails it. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Watson, that's for 2. Portland grabs the miss.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
And here's McCollum. And so it's Portland winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan player of the game. Doris?
Well, Marcus, this is certainly a good win. What was the most important element to the team in a game like this one?
Playing with energy. I think guys play with energy. I think guys play with passion tonight. And we just got, just win games right now.
Guys, they're all talented, but passion's such a crucial aspect to teams winning. Over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, LaMarcus Aldridge.